Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Bidayah Screencast. Today we are discussing lesson 5, which is letters with Dhamma. And the objective of today's lesson is for the student to memorize the sound and shape of the Dhamma, and also the fact that it's on top of the letter. We reviewed the Fatha, which is also on top, and the Kasra, which is underneath. And today's lesson discusses the Dhamma. As usual, the dars opens with all of the letters of the alphabet illustrated with the Dhamma on top. So the student will begin by practicing each and every letter with the Dhamma by saying its name and then its sound. For example, Jim, Dhamma, Ju. Sheen, Dhamma, Shu. Mim, Dhamma, Mu. And so forth for all the letters. Also, the next part of this page, as usual, is for the instructor's aid in teaching the student. Each box refers to a certain line number. For example, the first box, which contains a 2-letter word, refers to line 1 for sake of explanation. Box number 2 refers to lines 2, 3, and 4 with 3-letter words. And finally, the third box refers to the final line with 4-letter words. You can see the use of the hands in this lesson is different than the previous ones. We use an upward motion of the hand for Dhamma. Fatha was straight motion and Kasra was downward motion. So for example, in the word Huwa, we have Ha Dhamma, which we show with an upward motion, and then Waw Fatha, forward motion. Huwa, Huwa. Also for the Dhamma, we want to make sure this is the last lesson where the student uses a spelling technique for pronouncing any word. For example, in previous lessons we allowed the student to split it letter by letter. Ha, Dhamma, Hu, Waw, Fatha, Wa, Huwa. For this lesson it is permissible, but it is very important that the student no longer needs to spell letter by letter. Rather, we want the student to connect letters at least in pairs of 2. For example, Suqi, Ta. Suqi, Ta. And for 4-letter words, as before, we split it in half. For example, Faju, and the second part is Mi'a. Faju, Mi'a. Faju, Mi'a. And in this way, the student will completely stop spelling letter by letter, but at least connect the letters in pairs, inshallah. Another reminder is we do not want the student to add sukoon to the last letter of any of the words. For example, in line 5 we have faquti'a. We do not want the student to say faquti'a. Faquti'a. It's necessary to include the fatha on top of the last letter. As usual, more practice is available in the workbook as well as Bidayah's website, and we have the flashcards for the student to visualize Dhamma and the sound it makes. Also, the instructor can refer to the teacher's manual for more help with teaching. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.